Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year to you. This is my first official video for 2021, so happy New Year. You're welcome once again to my channel. Thank you everyone for subscribing. Thank you for viewing my video from last year 2020. Thank you very much. Let's do it together again this year, and let's keep watching, keep subscribing, keep sharing, keep liking, keep supporting me. Thank you very much. It was my birthday also last week. Yeah, this week, Tuesday, on the 19th of January. So happy birthday to me. January celebrants, let me see you in the comment box. Okay, so I can wish you happy birthday. Today, this first video, I'm going to be talking about goals. Right, goals. The title says goals or not. So I want to ask a question. Are you setting goals this year? Did you already set goals, or do you plan to set goals this year? We are still in January. If you would ask me, I never used to set goals. I'm not the kind of person who set goals and say, okay, I have these goals, particular goals. I just have expectations for the year, like I want to do blah blah, I want to do this year, I want to get to university, I want to do, I just go with the flow of the year. But this year particularly, I want to set goals and intentionally follow through with them. So that is why I'm asking, goals or not. Many people say, okay, they don't believe in goals. Many people are not talking about resolutions this year, 2021. And I would like to ask, did you set goals, or do you plan to set goals for this year, 2021? If yes, how do you plan to achieve them? So I'll be sharing mine with you, and I also want you to share yours with me in the comment box. I have mine listed down on a book so I don't forget. So the first thing I would like to talk about is reviewing the past year. I think it's good for us to look at the previous year. How far did we do? How well did we do? Did we achieve our goals? Did we not? If we did, how? What were the things we learned from the previous year that will help us to succeed in the next year? If we didn't achieve the goals, or if we didn't achieve all of them, what were the things that caused us not to achieve them, and how do we intend to improve on them? That is just the main reason why we need to just take a review. How well did we do the previous year? Then number 2, set realistic goals. Set realistic goals. Many times some people set goals that they cannot achieve. For example, for my YouTube, I'm on 69 subscribers now. Okay, if I want to set a realistic goal for myself, I would say, okay, I want to hit 10,000 subscribers this year, in 1 year. I know it's possible. It could be possible, but let's just be real. It's most likely not going to be possible, because YouTube is not something that that succeeds overnight. It takes time. It takes intentional building, consistency and all that, and grace of God, for you to succeed. To hit that mark. So you just need to set realistic goals. Another thing I did that I said was that I was going to learn how to drive, to take my driving lessons this year, 2021. And then that is my long-term goal for this year. We're looking at 1 year at a time for this year, 2021. Now, I now break it down into goals for the month, for each month. Now, what do I intend to do for January? What do I intend to do for February? What do you intend to do for March? And so on. So when you set a goal for a year, you also need to set short-term goals so that you can achieve them. It's not enough for you to just set a long-term goal. Okay, I want to achieve this for this year. I want to be a business tycoon for this year, and not set short goals. How do you intend to reach that goal? How do you intend to set them? What are the things you're going to be doing monthly? What are the things you're going to be doing weekly or daily for you to achieve that long-term goal? For example, each day, each week, you need to set to-do list. I've tried it, this week, and I'm still struggling with it. Yes, I must confess, I'm still struggling with it, but I'm not giving up on it. I may not achieve all my to-do list for a day, but I'll still continue. I'll keep at it until I master the art of doing that. The next point is write them down. This is very, 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 very important. I can't overemphasize this. You need to write them down. The Bible even said it in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2. I think it says that write the vision down and make it plain, so that those who need to run with it will read it. I'm just paraphrasing. It's important for you to write it down, because there are some things that you don't write down that you might forget. There are things that I've written down years ago that I intended to do that I forgot about them. Today, if I come across those books and I open them, I'll see them and I remember. So if I have something in my head and I don't write it down, I may lose it, I may forget it. Many times I tell my husband, I want to do this, I plan to do this. The first thing he will just tell me, write it down. Write it down. If you don't write it down, you may not be able to achieve it. So that is very, very important. Write things down. Your ideas, anything that things that come to your mind, your plans, your goals, everything that you need to do, that you want to do, just write them down. Have a journal and write them down. Have a to-do list. Tick the ones that you've been able to achieve for the day, for the week, for the month, and the ones that you need to improve on. Just write them down so that you can know how far you've come. At the end of the year, you can look at the things you've written down, the ones you were able to achieve, the ones you couldn't achieve. You'll be able to track your progress and how far you went. Now, number 4 is prioritize. Prioritize. Yes, we have a lot of things that we want to do, but we need to be able to set priorities. You need to be able to know which things comes first and which things can come later. For example, if you have a to-do list for each day and you have maybe 5 things to accomplish, you need to know what is the first thing you need to do, what is the second thing, what is the third thing, just in case. If you wrote 5 things down, just in case you can't accomplish everything, you need to know which one is most important that you need to achieve immediately. Start from the first one, go to the next one, the third one. If you can't achieve, maybe if you're able to achieve only 3 out of 5, then the last 2 you'll be able to push them to the next day. But if you don't prioritize and you don't know which one is more important, and you start if you start from the least important ones, you end up leaving the ones which are more important undone. So it's important for you to just prioritize. Know the things that are very urgent. Know the things that you can still shift, so that you won't give yourself unnecessary pressure. Now, number 5, I'm going to be rushing them because of time. Number 5, don't compare. Never ever compare yourself with someone else. Don't compare. Give no room for any kind of comparison. The Bible even says that those who compare themselves by themselves are not wise. It's not a wise thing to compare yourself. I'm never used to doing that, comparing myself to somebody. You don't know. For example, you're in chapter 2 of your life, and someone else is in chapter 5, and you're comparing your chapter 2 with someone else's chapter 5. You will just put yourself under unnecessary pressure. Your time is different from that person's time. Don't run another person's race. So just focus. If you see someone else progressing, rejoice with them, celebrate with them, but don't put unnecessary pressure on yourself and trying to compare yourself. Okay, this is what this person is doing. I should also be doing the same. For example, maybe you are in the same ministry, or you are in the same, or you have similar goals. For example, maybe you're a YouTuber. I'll just use YouTube for an example. As a YouTuber, or maybe you're a singer or whatever, and you're looking at someone else and say, okay, I started before this person. Look at how far this person has gone. We started at the same time, and look at what this person is doing. Look at what this person is achieving. I'm very slow, without considering the factors surrounding both of you. So it's just counterproductive comparing yourself with someone else. You'll not be able to focus on your own race. You'll not be able to focus on your own goals and try to achieve them. You just be looking at the other person and trying to compare and trying to see who is doing better. So just take away that comparison mentality. Don't compare yourself with anybody. You are not better than anybody, and nobody is better than you. Just focus on your assignment, focus on your goal, and just keep moving. All right, as long as you are not stopping, you are not lagging, you are not stopping, you are not slacking, just continue, keep focus, and just continue moving. That's number 5. And number 6, be accountable. Be accountable. When you plan to do some things and there is no one to check you that you can be accountable to, you end up not doing them. For example, if you plan to take a course, maybe you set a goal to take a course or to read a book in the first quarter of the year, and maybe things happened, or maybe you just slip into laziness or procrastination and you don't do them. If there is no one that you can be accountable to, you just let it go, you just let it slip by. But if there's someone that you're accountable to, that is checking you, that is keeping you in check, you will not want to disappoint that person. If there's someone that you have to report to, okay, I've done this, these are the things I've been able to do this week, this month, this quarter. You want to impress that person. You want to make that person see that you're serious about yourself. So it is good to have an accountability partner, someone you can be accountable to. It might be your partner, it could be your sibling, it could be your parent, it could be your pastor, or it might even be somebody younger than you. It doesn't have to be someone who is far ahead of you. It could be someone that is younger than you, somebody that you wouldn't want to disappoint. I took a course late last year, and we were given a practical we were given a practical assignment to do. We were to create a group and do some advertising, and talk to people. And one thing I knew was that if it was just me, I would have said, oh, I can't do this. How am I going to be able to achieve this by myself and all that? But because we were paired, I had a partner. We were given the ultimatum. We were given deadline to achieve that. So because I had a partner, we were eating on each other. I was writing this person, and the person was writing me. Okay, what have you done? What have I done? We were able to do these things together. By the end of the day, we were able to meet that target, and we did what we were supposed to do. We were able to do the assignment. But what I wanted to say is that I realized it myself that if it was just on me, if it just lied on me to just do it, I may slow down. I may not be able to meet up with that target. But because I had a partner that I wouldn't want to disappoint, I wouldn't want to be the cause of failure concerning that assignment. So I had to buckle up, I had to step up and to do something about it. So it's very good to have an accountability partner. It could be someone that is your peer group, your age group, someone younger than you or someone older than you, or a mentor, somebody that we know that will be able to keep you in check. So that is another important thing. And then the next one, which is the 7th point, is that when life happens, just keep moving. For example, in a week you set goals for a week. You have to do lists. I need to do 5 things. And if things happen, there are a lot of things that could happen. Life happens, For example, maybe you could fall sick. If a family member could fall sick and you need to take care of, something might happen. For example, a particular week I set a goal. I wrote a to-do list for myself for a week or 2 weeks, but for like 2-3 consecutive days, things kept happening that took me out of the house. Important things that I needed to attend to kept taking me out of the house for 3 days. So I ended up not doing everything on my list for that week. But would I, because of that, kill myself or say, okay, I failed for that week? No. There are things that will happen. This is why we said, okay, life could happen at any time. If that happens, just pick up pick up what you have left and just keep moving. Okay, I couldn't achieve this week. Yeah, we move on to next week. We continue. We move. Like they say, we move. Life goes on. Life continues. Just pick up the rest and just keep moving. You don't just sit down there. You don't beat yourself up. You don't get too hard on yourself. Okay, I failed this, I can't do this anymore. Just continue. Keep moving. Keep moving. If you thought that we were going to fly and you couldn't fly, run. If you thought that you were going to run and you couldn't run, walk. If you thought that you were going to walk and you couldn't run, just crawl. Whatever in whatever way, just keep moving, just keep moving. That's it. And then the last point, which is not the least, which is the most important one, is commit your plans to God. If you're a Christian, if you believe in God, you can't do anything outside God. You should know that. So commit your plans to God. He's the owner of times and seasons. I'll keep referring to year 2020. Year 2020 didn't shock God. He knew the end from the beginning. He knew that the pandemic was going to happen. It was a shock to us, but it wasn't a shock to him. So if you had plans, if you presented them to, okay, these are the plans that I have for 2020, bring them to pass. I would Proverbs 16 verse 3 talks about committing your plans to God and he will bring them to, yes, Proverbs 16:3 says commit your plans to God and he will bring them to pass. Everything still boils down to God. At the end of the day, we might have plans for ourselves, but God also have plans for us. So if your plans align with the plans of God for your life, everything will come to pass. But if they don't align, they may not come to pass. So everything still boils down to God. So when you make your plans, remember the God factor. Only God can bring them to pass. Grace, after your hard work, after your commitment, after your consistency, after everything that you need, that you have done to achieve your goals, God is still the factor that will bring them to pass by his grace, not by your own strength. These are the things that I'm going to run with this year 2021, and by December, by the grace of God, I'll be able to sit down and look back and see how I've fared. Did I meet up? What more did I still need to do going forward in 2022? So these are my thoughts. These are the things that I've thought that is going to help me for 2021. Please share yours with me, whether you have goals or not. Is there anything that I didn't mention that you think can help me or can help everyone watching? Please write them in the comment box, and I'll be reading them and I'll respond to them. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.